Here's the number one sign you're emotionally bottling things up in your relationship. You keep waiting for the perfect moment to talk, and somehow, that moment never actually happens. Here's what I hear all the time from people in relationships. You've had the conversation in your head. You know exactly what you want to say, but then life happens. Your partner is tired. You are tired, and the timing feels off. So you tell yourself, I'll bring it up later. Later turns into tomorrow. Tomorrow turns into next week. And now it's been a while. You tell yourself, it's fine. I'm fine. But you're not fine. You're just quiet. And if that made your chest tighten even a little, this video is for you. Hey there, I'm Ashley, the founder of Playful Remedies, and since 2009, I've helped couples get out of the we're fine loop and back into connection that feels light, safe, and like you're on the same team again. If your relationship has started to feel a little quieter, a little heavier, or like everything important keeps getting postponed, go ahead and hit subscribe. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. This is for people in committed relationships who care deeply about their partner, but struggle to say what they actually feel until it builds up. You don't explode. You don't storm out. You don't want conflict, so you hold it in. You stay pleasant. You keep the peace. And on the outside, everything looks fine. I want you to know something first. This doesn't mean you're bad at communication. It doesn't mean you're emotionally immature. And it definitely doesn't mean you don't care. It usually means the opposite. It means you care so much that you don't want to say the wrong thing. You don't want to hurt them. You don't want to create tension. You don't want to open something you're not sure you can close neatly. So you wait. And waiting feels like the kind thing to do. It feels mature. It feels like self-control. But over time, it starts to quietly wear you down, little by little. So let's go ahead and openly chat about what this is. The one sign you're emotionally bottling things up is this. You keep waiting for the perfect moment to talk, instead of letting yourself have an imperfect one. Here's what that looks like in real life. You rehearse what you want to say in the shower. You start the sentence in your head and stop halfway through. You think, I'll bring it up after this busy week. Or, I don't want to ruin the good mood. Or, I need to be calmer before I say anything. So you keep editing. You keep polishing. You keep waiting for clarity, calm, confidence, and certainty. And meanwhile, nothing gets said. This sign matters because it reveals something important. You don't trust that your feelings are allowed to take up space, not because they're wrong, but because you're afraid of what might happen if you say them out loud. You're not avoiding the conversation because you don't care. You're avoiding it because you care deeply, and you don't feel emotionally safe enough to be messy. Here's the cost of that pattern. Your partner senses something is off, but they don't know what. So they guess, or they miss it entirely. You start feeling unseen, misunderstood, a little lonely, even though you're together. And because nothing is being named, resentment doesn't leave, it just goes quiet too. You tell yourself you're being patient, but what you're really doing is disappearing piece by piece. And eventually, a new belief sneaks in that might sound like, I'm just not good at expressing my feelings. I'm too sensitive. I should be able to handle this on my own. Or the classic, it's not a big enough deal to bring up, but if it keeps coming back, it is a big enough deal. And here's the part I don't want you to miss. You're not quiet because you're weak. You're quiet because you're trying to be careful. You're not emotionally shut down. You're emotionally aware, but feel unsupported. And the problem isn't that you haven't found the perfect words. The problem is that connection doesn't come from perfect timing. It comes from honest timing. Your feelings don't need a polished speech. They need your permission. Waiting for the right moment feels loving, but it quietly teaches your relationship that your inner world can wait And over time, you both get really good at tiptoeing by living around the truth instead of inside it. So here's what to do differently, starting small. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, try this. Name the moment you're in. Say, hey, this isn't coming out perfectly, but I don't want to keep holding it in. Or, I don't need you to fix this. I just need to say it out loud. That's enough for now. That's all you need in this moment. No long talk, no perfect words, just a small truth that you share out loud. That's how connection comes back without having to rehearse for it. And if your brain just went, well, dang, there's usually a second sign right alongside it. Do you downplay your needs after you finally share them? You say things like, it's not a big deal. It's fine, really. Never mind, forget I said anything. That's not being the bigger person. That's self-protection. So if you've been telling yourself you're fine, but you've also been staying quiet, this is your sign. Not that something is broken, but that something important inside you wants room to breathe. And you don't have to live in quiet mode forever. If you really needed this today, here are 3 quick next steps. 1, tap that subscribe button, because we talk about how to have real connections without having to add another thing to your to-do list. 2, save this video so you don't talk yourself out of saying the thing later. 3, comment yes if you've been waiting for the right moment too. And if you want gentle, playful ways that help you open these conversations without pressure, you can sign up for Daily Love Sparks, and I'll send you 30 days of connection delivered straight to your inbox, totally free, at playfulremedies.com. Because once you see this groove you've slipped into, you can't unsee it. And awareness is the first step to change. Alrighty, go share the thing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you for the next video.